So I've been asked many times, how did I keep and how am I keeping a solid team? So McKenna Property Management was established in 2005, and we have had team members that have stayed with us for 21 years, 15 years, 13 years, 11 years, and they're still with us. We call them lifers, but we say that tongue in cheek. But the truth of the matter is there must be something about McKenna Property Management that makes them want to continue to be a team member here. Yes, of course, salaries are important. Yes, of course, profit share is important because you need to treat those team members with respect to what they want to do with their life. So I always try and make sure that the salaries and what we're giving them as profit share is something that is enticing for them to stick around. But I'm going to share with you something that I think is the secret. So quite a few years ago, we needed to make sure that we were all on the same page for core values. Because I felt like if a team member was doing something or handled a situation one way, and then the other team member felt like they could handle it the other way, the truth of the matter is, foundationally, that came down to core beliefs. So we all got together and we created Elevate. And every letter of Elevate means something to us. And we all voted on it. We put our own opinions in from everyone on the team. We all sat down and we decided what that word means from the company standpoint. So to give you an example, the first E in Elevate is enhance. We want to enhance every single client's experience. We want to enhance every resident's experience, and we need to do it top of mind. So that's why the first E in Elevate is enhance. The next letter is L, and that one is love what we do. You are going to hear me, if you're ever in my office, you are going to hear me say so many times, it's crazy, but I love what I do. And what I do is property management. So hopefully the individual that's on my team that does lease renewals, we want them to love what they do. Because if they don't love it, they're probably not going to stick around very long, and they're probably not going to be very good at it. That's kind of what I've summarized in my mind for the last 30 years that I've been in business. The next E is excellence. So I am absolutely on board that everything that you put out needs to be excellent. That comes from podcasts, to Instagram reels, to the way that we look when we come into the office, the way we communicate. Everything needs to be a level of excellence. So that's why that second E is excellence. V for Elevate is vigilance. You've got to be vigilant in what we do. You've got to stick with it. You have to be that person that just never gives up. If the problem is tough, and I'll give you an example. A repair happens so many times in property management, right? Something breaks down. And you reach out to the owner, and the owner says, get me some bids. So you get 3 bids. You bring it back to the owner. Now the resident is on your back because the resident wants to get it done quickly, but the owner wants to make sure that it's done the right way and most economically as possible. And you are jumping back and forth, probably 8 or 9 times between these conversations, and you just want to throw your hands up and you want to say, I'm done. But you need to be vigilant. You need to stick with it. And that's in every aspect of whatever that situation is. So you get to the end, you finally get the repair done, you get the resident happy. The owner's never totally ecstatic about spending money, but at least he's or she's appreciative that we stuck with it. So that is why V is vigilance. Then we go to A in Elevate, and A is authenticity. I want to be authentic in everything I do. When I do these videos, I'm not perfect. You know that. I mumble up my words. Sometimes I probably use a word that's not even right in that content. But I am as authentic as I can be. I am here sitting, trying to share my knowledge, hoping that somebody that will be listening gets something out of it, whether they're trying to build a business, whether they are running a property management company, whether they want to self-manage their own properties. So I am just going to be as authentic as I can be. And that is the core value that our team has. Each individual is authentic. The T is a funny one in Elevate because we went back and forth on that. I had a team member that does not like this word. And she fought tooth and nail. And she was like, it's just so overused and I want something different. But when we shook it all up and we laid it out, the truth of the matter is a core value of ours is teamwork. And for us, teamwork is we'll have each other's back. And if somebody goes on vacation, somebody else will step in and help so that that individual can do what they want to do with their personal life. We also believe that teamwork is about showing up on time. It's about being prepared. If you're doing a motivational that morning, you're going to be prepared for it. It's about keeping your temper down a little bit. It's about staying in curiosity rather than judgment. All of that comes into the bowl, let's say, of teamwork. So that's what our T is in Elevate. And our last E, there's a lot of E's in Elevate, but the last E is every client matters. And we believe that to our core. Not one of us as far as a team. We don't take any client being upset, we take to heart. And sometimes probably too much. If the client said, we should have done this, we pull together, we talk about it, and then we put a procedure in place so that that doesn't ever happen again. And it's because we really do understand that without clients, we don't have a business. Without an owner that owns a rental property that trusts us to manage it, we wouldn't be able to wake up in the morning, come to our office, and do something that we love. So every client matters. And that's Elevate, E-L-E-V-A-T-E. And Elevate actually became our core value because each and every one of us always strive to be better the day we're in than what it was yesterday. Learn something new, do something to progress, come up with something that's a little challenging. We always want to improve. So we want to elevate our way of thinking and the way that we do business. So if you're thinking about what is missing maybe in your business, or what do you need to do when you're starting a business, I highly recommend that you think about core value. Think about what's really important to you, share it with your team, get their insight as well, and then together come up with something that you can look at, follow, and everyone on the team is on the same page. I hope this helped you. And at McKenna Property Management, we are always trying to elevate.